Welcome to session 10. In this session, we will take examples of torque voltage and torque current analogous systems. Now consider a given rotational mechanical system. So there is a shaft and the mass J1 is connected, and we have a spring here K, and then there is a mass J2 and applied torque T. Because of that, the displacement theta 1, displacement theta 2, and here we have friction B2 element also. So this is a given rotational system. Now we have to obtain torque voltage analogy. Okay, so the given problem is obtain torque voltage analogous circuit. So therefore, the first step in the solution will be to write the equivalent mechanical system. Okay. So therefore, here J1, J2 are the two mass of inertia in the system. Theta 1, theta 2 are the two displacements. So therefore, there are two displacements. So because of that, we will be having now two nodes in the equivalent mechanical system. And also, so you have to observe from the given mechanical system what are the elements that are going to be connected to the two nodes. Okay, so one displacement, angular displacement is theta 1. Okay, so because of the applied torque T, so J1 is under theta 1 displacement, as well as the spring K is getting displaced at both the ends. So therefore, K is going to come in between theta 1 and theta 2. Then at node theta 2, we have to connect the mass of inertia J2, as well as some friction B is also associated at this point. So therefore, J2 and beta 2 will be connected to theta 2 node, and already that K is there, spring constant, that is stiffness of the shaft K is already connected between theta 1 and theta 2. So with this idea, we will have to now complete the equivalent mechanical system. So therefore, the equivalent mechanical system can be drawn like this. So first mark the nodes theta 1 and theta 2 are the two nodes. Okay. So therefore, at theta 1 we have to connect J1, and also the applied torque T will be connected at theta 1. Between theta 1 and theta 2, we have the spring K, and at theta 2 you can connect the J2, as well as one more, that is friction. See that in the previous diagram we have B2 also, which will come under the influence of theta 2. So therefore, here B2 will be connected. Okay, so now this is the complete equilibrium, equivalent mechanical system. So next step in the solution will be to write the equilibrium equations. Okay. So at node theta 1, at node theta 1, we can write T, the applied torque T is equal to, so how many elements we have to include in the equation? One is J1, other one is the K. Okay, so therefore J1 into d square theta 1 by dt square plus K into, so now K is between theta 1 theta 2, so therefore theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay, so we'll take this as equation 1. Similarly, at node theta 2, we have another equilibrium equation, J2 into d square theta 2 now, okay, by dt plus, so now we have to connect both B2 as well as K. So first write B2 into d theta 2 by dt plus the spring is K into theta 2 minus theta 1. So this is equation 2. Okay. So it is a torque voltage analogous system that we are going to write. So therefore we have the angular displacements theta 1, theta 2. So two displacements are going to give us the two nodes. At two nodes we are going to write two differential equations. Okay, so once we complete equation 1 and 2, next we will go for the torque voltage analogy. That is, these differential equations have to be replaced by their analogous components. So just we can recall here itself, for torque the analogous torque voltage analogy it is. Okay, so therefore the analogous quantity will be voltage in the electrical circuit. Similarly, for mass of inertia J, the analogous quantity will be for J, analogous quantity will be inductor L. Similarly, for the friction element B, analogous quantity will be resistance in the circuit, and K has analogous quantity capacitance in the electrical circuit. So also whatever the angular displacements are there, okay, so they have to be replaced by the charge Q, and later on charge Q will be replaced by, that is Q of S will be replaced by I of S by S, because we need loop current equations as it is a torque voltage analogy. Okay, so therefore going to the next part, apply torque voltage analogy. Apply torque voltage analogy. So what is that analogy? Is saying, so whatever this torque is there, analogous to force F. Next, what are the other components we have? J has to be replaced by L, then B should be replaced by the resistance R, and K will be replaced by 1 by C, and also the angular displacement theta will be replaced by charge Q. Okay. So therefore now equation 1 and 2 we will write in terms of the analogous quantities, and also we have to take the Laplace transform on these two equations. Okay, so first we will write the transformed equations, and in that we are going to substitute the analogous quantities. So therefore taking LT on equation 1 and 2, equation 1 and 2, so we can write T of S is equal to, so J1 S square into theta 1 S. So why it is, we have J1 d square by dt square will be written as S square. For theta 1, its transformed version will be theta 1 of S. Okay, so that's why J1 S square theta 1 of S, plus next what we have is the spring K1 into theta 1 of S minus theta 2 of s. So we'll call it as equation 3. Similarly, at the other node, we can readily write j2 s square. Now it is theta 2 because it is at the second node, theta 2 of s, plus there is a friction component also. Therefore b2 s into theta 2 of s, then spring k. So now it is theta 2 minus theta 1 of s. Okay, when it is at node 1, it is theta 1 minus theta 2. At node 2, it will be theta 2 minus theta 1s. So 3, this will be equation 4. So now in 3 and 4 only, we will replace all the quantities. So therefore, our new equations after applying the analogy will be v of s will be equal to, in place of j1, now I'll write L1, then s square. So theta will be replaced by charge q. So q1 now, q1 of s, plus k is nothing but it is the capacitor. Okay, as there is only one spring, you can simply write k, that's all. So no need to write k1, simply we'll write 1 by c. 1 by c into this is q1 minus q2. So as it is, we have to replace individual terms, that's all. q2, and here itself we will replace that q by I of s by s also. Okay, so v of s will be equal to L1 s square. So you can include that q will be replaced by v of s by s. Q of s can be replaced by v of s by s. So v1 of s divided by s plus 1 by c into, here it is v1 of s by s minus v2 of s by s. So later we will simplify these equations. Okay, then so v of s will be simply L1 s into I1 of s plus 1 by c into, see here 1s gets cancelled, so here there is no cancellation, so we will write the terms as it is, 1 by c into I1 of s just a minute, it is not v of s, it is I of s by s. Okay, so here it is I1 of s, I1, I2, I1 and I2 it is. So therefore I1 of s by s minus I2 of s by s, I2 of s by s. Okay, so we will give number as 5, take it as equation 5. Similarly, we have equation 4 where we have to still substitute the analogous quantities and simplify. So applying the same concept, we have now L2 s into I2 of s plus R2 into I2 of s plus 1 by c into I2 of s by s minus I1 of s by s. Okay, so this is equation 6. So 5 and 6 are the simplified equations. So now we can take ILT on these two equations. So taking ILT on equation 5 and 6. Okay, so now we can write that. So v of s, consider equation 5 now. So for equation 5, its Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform will be v of t that is equal to L1 into it is d by dt, L1 into d by dt of I1 of t, okay, plus 1 by c into integral of I1 of t into dt minus integral of I2 of t into dt. So take this as equation 7. Similarly, applying ILT on equation 6, so we have L2 into d by dt of I2 current, I2 of t plus R2 into I2 of t plus 1 by c into integral of, now it is I2 of t into dt minus I1 of t into dt. This is equation 8. Okay, so therefore now using equation 7 and 8, using equation 7 and 8, it is possible to write the torque voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so what we have, the equation 7, I am just rewriting equation 7. It has a voltage source, that is V of t is equal to L1 into d by dt of I1 of t plus 1 by c integral I1 of t minus I2 of t into dt. So this was equation 7, which gives us one loop. Similarly, equation 8, d by dt of I2 of t plus there is resistor R2 into I2 of t plus 1 by c into, so here it is I2 of t minus I1 of t into dt. So this was equation 8. Okay, so now just observe these two equations and then we will write the torque voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so therefore using equation 7 and 8, draw torque voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so therefore now there are two displacements, theta 1, theta 2, therefore there will be two loops in the analogous circuit. So therefore the first loop will be given by equation 7. In the first loop we have an inductor L1, and then the first loop has a capacitor C, but it is not present only in loop 1. Okay, that capacitor C is a common capacitor between first loop and the second loop. So therefore C will come here, C, and in this loop the current direction will be I1 of t, like this. Okay, next coming to equation 8. Okay, so in equation 8 what we have is the second loop. So it has L2 as well as there is a R2 resistor, and then capacitor is already there between the two loops. Okay, so only thing is now we have to write the current I2 of t. Okay, so this is known as the torque voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so equation 7 will give the first loop, equation 8 is going to give the second loop. So similarly we will consider another example to learn how to draw torque current analogous circuit. Torque current analogous circuit. Okay. So therefore example 2 is obtain torque current analogous circuit for the given mechanical system. The given mechanical system is like this. There is a J1 element, next there is a spring K1, there is a J2 element and spring K2. So this is J1, J2, spring K1, K2. Okay, so here the torque T is there and theta 1 is there, and the J1 element is associated with the friction B1 and J2 element is also associated with a friction B2. Okay, so this is what is our given mechanical system, and the two displacements are theta 1 and theta 2. So for this we have to obtain torque current analogous circuit. So therefore the solution, the first step is to obtain the equivalent mechanical system. So therefore we will draw equivalent mechanical system. So we have two nodes in this, one is theta 1 node, other one is theta 2 node. So directly it is visible that between theta 1 and theta 2 we have the spring K1. Then at theta 1 we have the applied torque T as well as the mass of inertia J1. At the same time B1 is also connected, B1. Next at theta 2 we have the J2. First we'll write J2, then there is a K2 because K2 will come under the influence of theta 2, and then there is B2 friction, and then there is B2 friction. So this is the equivalent mechanical system. We have grouped the elements which come under the displacements theta 1, theta 2. Okay, so at theta 1 T, J1, B1. At theta 2 we have the K2, J2 and B2. So the K1 is in between theta 1, theta 2 because it is displaced at both the ends. Okay. So therefore now we have to write two differential equations at node theta 1 and theta 2. Therefore at node theta 1, so here itself we can assume what will be the equation. So T of t will be equal to J1 d square theta 1 by dt square plus B1 into d theta 1 by dt plus K1, which is common, okay, K1 into theta 1 minus theta 2. That will be first equation. Similarly the same terms are going to come at the second node also. Only thing is now you have to write the suffix as theta 2, that's all. And also we have the spring K2 which is attached to only theta 2, at the same time K1 which is coming between theta 2 and theta 1. So we will include all this and we are going to write the two differential equations like this. So at theta 1 node, okay, so at theta 1 node we have T of t is equal to, so J1 d square theta 1 by dt square plus B1 into d theta 1 by dt plus k1 into theta 1 minus theta 2. And this is first equation. Okay. Similarly, at theta 2 node, we have j2 d square theta 2 by dt square plus what we have there is a B2 resistor. Okay, so we'll include that B2 into d theta 2 by dt plus there is an individual spring also, as well as there is a shared spring also. First we'll write that one, k1 into, now it is theta 2 minus theta 1 when you are writing for theta 2 node. Then last component will be, what is this, k2 spring. So k2 into simply theta 2, that's all, k2 into theta 2. Okay. So you can call them as equations 1 and 2. This is equation 1, equation 2. These are the basic equations, so on which you are taking the Laplace transform. Okay. So next consider the Laplace transform on these two equations. Taking the Laplace transform, what we have is T of s is equal to j1 a square theta 1 of s plus b1 s into theta 1 of s plus k1 into theta 1 of s minus theta 2 of s. Next, for the second equation also, we will write here itself j2 s square theta 2 of s plus b2 s into theta 2 of s plus k1 into theta 2 minus theta 1 of s plus one more k2 into theta 2 of s. Okay, so you can consider these as equations 3 and 4, and on equations 3 and 4, take it as equation 3, and this is the fourth one. Okay, we will apply the torque current analogous quantities. Okay, so apply torque current analogy. So in the torque current analogy, whatever T of s is there will be replaced by the current source I of s, and J will be replaced by C. Then whatever the B element is there, it will be replaced by 1 by R. And next what we have, spring will be replaced by 1 by L. Okay. And also the displacement theta s is now replaced by phi of s, and also later in the equations phi of s has to be replaced by v of s by s. So these are the analogous quantities that we have to write. Okay, so therefore now see now what we have in the previous slide, T of s and that is first node equation, second node equation. So now in these two equations 3 and 4, we will replace all the terms by Ti analogous quantities. So therefore our equations will be now I of s equal to C1 s square phi 1 of s plus 1 by R1 s into phi 1 of s plus 1 by L1 because k will be replaced by 1 by L, theta 1 minus theta 2. So therefore we have here phi 1 minus phi 2, that is phi 1 of s minus phi 2 of s. Okay, so here itself I will replace phi by v of s by s, so that we will get a simplified equation C1 s square into phi 1 will be replaced by v1 of s by s plus 1 by r1 s into v1 of s by s plus 1 by l1 into v1 of s by s minus v2 of s by s. Okay, so wherever s cancels, we can cancel that and we can write a reduced form plus here v1 of s by r1, because here this sets s cancels, here s cancels, so the last term is the same, v1 of s by s minus v2 of s by s. Okay, so now this is an important relation. Take it as equation 5. So next we will take the fourth equation. Okay, so in fourth equation also we are going to replace all the terms, so we will write like this. So 0 c2 into same a square, but now it will be phi 2 of s, c2 into phi 2 of s plus what are the next components we have? There is a b2, then k1, and then k2 is there. Okay, so for b2 we can write 1 by r2 into s into phi 2 of s plus there is a spring element, see here there is a spring element k1 as well as one more k2, so therefore one by L1 into phi 2 of s minus phi 1 of s, okay, plus last term 1 by L2 into phi 2 of s. Therefore we have to replace phi by v of s and simplify. So after simplification we can write c2 s into v2 of s plus v2 of s by r2 plus 1 by L1 into v2, it is v2 of s by s minus v1 of s by s plus 1 by L2 into v2 of s by s. So taking ILT on this equation, okay, so taking ILT on this equation we are going to now get c2 okay, so we have to take ILT on equation 5 also. Okay, so take ILT on what is this equation 5, and this let us call this as equation 6. Take ILT on equation 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Okay, so therefore by doing so we have two equations. So for the first equation we have I of t is equal to c1 d by dt by dt of v1 of t plus v1 of t by r v1 of t by r1, you can write r1 plus 1 by l1 integral of v1 of t minus v2 of t into dt. Okay, so this is equation number, call it as seventh equation. Similarly we have to take ILT on the equation 6. Okay, so C2 S into V2, what it becomes, C2 into d by dt of V2 of t. So C2 into d by dt of V2 of t plus there is a resistor V2 resistor, so that will become now V2 of t by R2 plus this inductor, common inductor, but now it is V2 of t minus V1 of t into dt plus there is a spring K2 and it is V2 of t into dt. So this is equation 8. Okay, so now using equation 7 and 8 we will draw torque current analogous circuit. Okay, so therefore now we have to write on nodal basis, so therefore there will be two nodes. So the two nodes will be V1 and V2. Okay, so now from equation 7 and 8 what we observe here, the inductor L1, okay, it is common to both the nodes, so therefore you can connect L1 common to both the nodes. Then at V1 what we have, current source, capacitor C1, there is a resistor R1. Okay, so at V1 node we have to connect the current source I of t as well as the capacitor C1 as well as the resistor R1. Okay, at node V2 what we have, capacitor C2, there is a resistor R2, C2, R2 and L2, because L1 is already connected, so we need to connect here one C2 and then resistor R2 and inductor L2. Okay, so this is our torque current analogous circuit. So from the circuit you can just compare with the given mechanical system. In the given mechanical system what we had two displacements, theta 1 and theta 2. Okay, so now they have become two nodes, V1 and V2. Okay, in the mechanical system, the given mechanical system, there was a spring K1, in between the two displacements, angular displacements. Now it has become inductor L1. Okay, so similarly the mass of inertias J1, J2, now they are C1, C2 in the circuit. Similarly, whatever B1, B2 were there, now they have become resistors R1 and R2 in the equivalent circuit diagram. Okay, so this is how we have to obtain torque current analogous circuits. Okay, so with this our 4 analogies are completed, that is force voltage, force current, torque voltage and torque current analogies. So in all these analogies, what is our common procedure is, okay, so the first step is always you have to write the equivalent mechanical systems. You have to write equivalent mechanical systems. So in the equivalent mechanical system, what utmost care should be taken while connecting the various mechanical element components to the respective nodes. Okay, so if any one of the component is lost, then that will not even appear even in our analogous circuit also. So therefore always make sure that all the elements are covered in the equivalent mechanical system at their proper places. Then once we write equivalent mechanical systems, then we have to write differential equations. We have to write differential equations. So number of differential equations will be equal to number of the nodes that we have identified in the system. Okay, so after writing the differential equations, change them into other form. So take Laplace transform on all those equations. Okay, so then after taking the Laplace transform, then you go for the analogies. Okay, so we have 4 analogies: force voltage, force current, torque voltage and torque current. Okay, so based on the given problem, you apply any one of the analogy. Okay, and then rewrite the differential equations so that we are going to get either KVL or KCL equations. Okay, and then using those equations, now draw the analogous circuit. Okay, so these are what are the important steps in order to arrive at the analogous circuits. Thank you.